Hey everyone, it's Chris from Sidephone, and today I'm going to try and pair a Garmin Vivoactive 5 to Sidephone. Now, the reason why we'd want to do this is because if we can make this work, we can actually use the Garmin to pay for items when we're out and about. So the idea is we'll use Garmin Connect on Sidephone to get it all configured, get it paired. And when we're out and about, we can actually pay through Garmin Pay on the Garmin watch. That would be pretty interesting to test. It's something that I wanted to try out. So I went ahead and picked this up, and I am now going to try and pair the two together. So to get started here, I'm going to open up Sidephone, and I'm going to go to the Garmin Connect app, which I have recently downloaded. And I've already created an account. I've actually created an account for Garmin on my computer. So that is already done and completed. I did it just minutes ago. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sign in now. So I'm gonna accept this. This is the first time I'm entering the app here and signing in. I may blur my information here for us so that we can't all see. Perfect. So I've just logged in here, and it says set up your Garmin device in a few short steps. Starting setup. Select your device. Do you have a Garmin device to connect? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It's right here. It's going to be the Vivoactive 5. So just turned it on here. That looks so cool. I love this design of the watch. There we go, Vivoactive 5. So I've got that here. We're going to do English, pair with phone. Oh, and it looks like it's already found it right there. So I didn't even have to scan it with the camera. It looks like it already connected. I'm going to go through and permission to link. Okay, we're going to link the device. Look at that. We're going to allow it. So just like with the Bluetooth speaker the other day, pairing was almost instantaneous there. Wow. So I guess if I needed to, I could have used the camera on Sidephone to scan the QR code, but it was automatic. It just knew that they were within proximity. And it looks like it's all done on Sidephone here. Select an avatar. You can leave it as is. Happy with that. Next few questions. I'm going to skip over these just to save us some time. Well done. Sync your device. It'll sync periodically throughout the day. Let's sync it now. All set. I'm going to skip these steps. And sweet. So I can actually set up my phone is already connected to Wi-Fi, but I imagine this is just going to set up Wi-Fi on the device itself so that whenever it's within the home, it can connect and get updates automatically. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that later. We're going to skip it for now. Setup complete. And we can skip the updates. Amazing. So here's what the Garmin Connect app is looking like right now. If I go to profile here, you can see my profile, which I've just created, and I could add additional devices if I'd like through a similar process, I imagine. But we've got it paired. And now I guess the thing that I'm super curious about is, can we add payment information to the watch through Sidephone? Because if we can do that, we basically have an equivalent of a wallet on the device that I could use when I'm going out to pay for items. That would be really neat. So let's see where that would be. Wallet and Garmin Pay. And there it is. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get started here. You'll enter this passcode every time you use the wallet app. Sure, okay, well, I made it 1, 2, 3, 4 for the demo purpose. Going to go ahead and continue here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, so I'm going to add a card to Garmin Pay, and I'm going to see if we can get that to appear on the watch itself. So just give me one moment here and I'll enter in some information for a card that I have. All right, so I've just added my payment information to Sidephone here. I'm going to click next. Asking me for a billing address. I'm going to add that in as well. Okay, I've added the billing address. It's just behind my thumb there. I am blocking it for privacy. Going to go ahead and click pair. And let's see if we can get this connected. Looks like we've got some terms and conditions here. Going to accept. So I'm just probably gonna be blurring some stuff out. Going to enter the verification code. Added. Wow. Well, that was easy. All right, well, we've got everything set up and I think it looks pretty beautiful there. I never really had a smartwatch in the past. It's not something that I've typically used, but the payments capability in particular, I thought would be really exciting to try out. And I've seen many people in the community asking about Garmin watches in particular. So wanted to go through and see if it's possible. And the answer today is yes, it is. It worked. I suspect that a big reason why it worked so seamlessly is because, to my knowledge, Garmin watches don't use WearOS. They actually have their own independent OS on the devices. And they, of course, also don't use Apple's WatchOS. So if it had used WearOS, if it had used Apple's proprietary OS for watches, it would have been a little bit more difficult to have some interoperability between the watch and Sidephone. That didn't seem to affect us here today. Didn't seem to affect the pairing whatsoever. We're gonna go through and throughout the next few days, I'm gonna continue testing this. I'm going to check it out. Let's go on a bit of a field trip. Let's actually see if we can get into the local metro with just the watch and Sidephone here. I'm not gonna bring my wallet, I'm not gonna bring any cards with me. And I'm curious to see if it works. I'm curious to see if maybe we can even pay for an item too. Okay, so I am at the subway now and I'm gonna open up the wallet here. Going to enter in my passcode. And this should work. I've opened up my sleeve a bit so you can know there's no tricks. There it is. That has now let me onto the metro